What's going on, guys? Shane here with Vince The Anomaly, and today we are covering more on the MMA Grappling Trinity. In the previous weeks we're using positions. This time we're going to be using our strikes to go into submission. So let's check it out. So we're going to start here on the back mount. I'm trying to finish this choke, but Shane's doing a really good job of defending. So what I'm going to do is start to use my strikes to punch on the side of his head. Notice, guys, it looks like a punch to the back of the head here, but as long as I'm touching the ear, they explain this to us before every fight, as long as your punch is hitting the ear, it's a legal blow. Okay, so I'm going to sit here with my hand right over Shane's shoulder so I know I'm locked in, and I'm going to be punching, and hopefully this is going to loosen him up so I can use my strikes to slide that arm in the back, and I can finish my rear naked choke, going from striking to submission. For our next example, we're going to be started in this mount position. Shane's got his arms nice and tight to my hips. He's trying to frame away, shrimp off like you would if someone's mounted on top of you. But I'm going to use my strikes to open up a submission. As soon as I see Shane putting his arms down, trying to frame away, I'm going to start blasting his face. And every single time, guys, the hands are going to come up, right? I'm hitting Shane in the head. His hands come up. As soon as they do, that gives me space here to slide my knee up and collect my S mount. And now, obviously, from this position, we're going to be working for our arm bar. Notice how my arm is already hooked around Shane's. I like to reach and grab a leg over here, slide this leg on top, and once I know this arm is secure, then I'm going to drop my butt to his shoulder, reach around, I'm going to grab the thumb, turn to the sky, pinch my knees nice and tight, and push my hips up to get the finish on the arm bar. One more time from that position, we're mounted. Shane's starting to defend the mount in the traditional jiu-jitsu way. His arms are coming down. I'm going to start using my strikes to open up the S mount, and sliding through, hooking the leg, stepping over, dropping back, and I'm finishing the arm bar. For our next example, we're going to start in the mount again. Again, this time Shane's trying to frame. He's starting to shrimp a little bit and push off, and I'm going to start using my strikes to open him up. Now notice how Shane's kind of on his side. He's a little bit more on his shoulder this time. So instead of going for the S mount, what you can do is just throw this punch, and kind of like the rear naked choke one we just did, throw this other punch down, but this time I'm aiming for the side. So if I clip him, that's fine. If I don't clip him, that's okay, because I'm getting around. I'm going to start to work for this arm triangle, okay? So I'm going to slide my head down underneath the shoulder. I'm going to get my forehead to the ground. Windshield wiper my leg over. I like to just go get my hips on the ground and slide and rotate, squeezing my bicep and getting my tap. One more time, mounted position. Shane's starting to defend. I see opening to throw these strikes. Throw my strike through, collect, get underneath the shoulder, get my forehead on the ground, windshield wiper over, and I'm going to finish my arm triangle.
I saw a white light.
For our next example, I've got Shane in this position where I'm threatening a triangle, right? I've got one arm in, one arm out, but notice how Shane is defending here with his arm. So I'm going to use my strikes to open up Shane so I can work my submission. Shane doesn't have anything defending his face here. In MMA, we want to use these elbows. Guys like Tony Ferguson use them all the time. Dropping these, raining these down right on the side of Shane's head. And guys, 12-6 is literally from the sky to the ground, okay? So from here, if I'm throwing my elbow almost like a straight up and down, this is perfectly legal. It's only illegal when I'm going 12-6, sky to ground. So from here, I'm going to be throwing these, and immediately that hand's going to come up to protect, in which case I'm going to collect. I'm going to grab my shin, shrimp off to the side here. I can underhook the arm, I can underhook the leg. Once I have this angle, I can finish the triangle submission. So here again, I'm threatening the triangle. Shane's defending well, so I'm using my strikes to open him up. And now I'm going to finish the submission. Our last position today, we're going to be working from side control. So I'm throwing my arm over, and I'm switching my hips. And now I'm going to use my strikes to hit Shane in the stomach. Okay, and what this guy's going to do every single time, yeah, exactly. He's going to block these strikes, whether I'm striking and punching or whether I'm using my elbows. That hand comes over, and as soon as that does, he's giving me the perfect opportunity to control the wrist, reach through and lock up my KIMURA. So a bunch of different ways to finish this position. Some guys will like to bring it over and literally just switch their hips, and they can lift up, finish the KIMURA that way. Some guys like to step over, bring Shane onto the side, pull, and finish. Either way, what we're doing here is using this position and these strikes from this position, more importantly, to get Shane to block and open up for the KIMURA submission. So there it is, guys. We're going from strikes to submissions in the MMA Grappling Trinity. Be sure to tune in next week. We're going to go the reverse direction, submissions to strikes.
Awesome. There you have it, guys. So practice this with a friend. And again, it's just a great way to conceptualize and understand the ways of MMA. Definitely check out Vince The Anomaly. Links in the description below for his Instagram. Please support him on his way to taking over the UFC, really. I mean, let's be honest. But until next time, be sure to subscribe to get the fight tips before your opponent does. I'm Shane.
Vince The Anomaly.
Fight tips for the underdogs.